So first is a disclaimer. I'm not on the payroll of Scribe and Media. Yeah, I work for Choice Rooms, the food retailer which has been in the region for more than 50 years. We have retail stores, e-commerce platforms, we're on aggregator platforms, and as a company, we are evolving, looking at digital media, looking at how retail can be experiential. So, with that disclaimer, let's quickly get into the topic for today, which is the store of 2030. So, when we look at stores, supermarkets, hypermarkets, 2030, I would love to take you on a journey because who's going to build this? I guess in UAE, in this region, the people who are going to build this store, the future store of 2030, putting these elements into that dream store of yours so that by the end of this quick 15 minutes here together, we have a nice, beautiful store. Yeah? And if we could give it some shape, build it, that would have been a beautiful, beautiful experience. On that note, we are getting into a quick conversation right now. So I have a good friend of mine here, an industry expert who has, record-breaking expansion. That's what he had delivered during his time in India. Now today, Devanshu is the Senior Vice President of Mark and Save. And congratulations, because today he is completing 1 year in the UAE. And here he is to share his experience and have a quick chat with me on how he would want to see the store of 2030. On that note, Devanshu, a quick introduction and a quick note.
I don't think I need to give any introduction any further. You made it too easy for me. But thank you. Yeah, I always had great teams to work with. I had great peers, great organizations to work for, and that's what's brought me where I am today. And I'm not Nostradamus. I cannot predict the future, but yes, the trends do tell a lot, and I think this is a good opportunity because we have a lot of peer group out here. Whenever I go to sessions, I keep on hearing about what they're expecting to bring in, and I'll share my insights on that today.
Great, so let's get going. So the first topic on the store for 2030 is convenience versus community. So where is that element of community and convenience merging in a 2030 store? Where do you see that going, Devanshu?
So I'll say today the world has changed a lot. Earlier people used to say that they would like to go to a store to spend their time, buy products, and it would be more like, if I look at 20 years back, I've talked to people out here, a lot of people are here also today whom I've spoken to, have been in this market for a very long time. And they also say the same thing, that people used to take that as a family day out. They used to have large stores, go out there, spend time, they didn't have too much to do otherwise. Today, the entire dynamics of this geography has changed. This region has changed. And now people are shifting towards convenience. We were hearing that just before this, people were saying that experiential retailing is going on, but that 20% of customers is going for convenience. I'll just little bit tweak it and say it's not the 20% of the customers, it's 20% of the time. Because the same customer who's going on online is also going offline to experience products. So it's 20% of the time that they owe, 80% of the time they still want experience. That's how I'll put it. And if you look at the experience part, if you say that community building, yes, cohorts are growing up. Specific to the UAE, this is a very, very different type of a market where you have people from all cultures, all walks of life. And so communities are built not as per only that place where they're coming from, but communities of all the global world's places all coming in together. So community is building a very strong space out here. And I see as this goes by, retailers are facing a challenge. When I go to my stores, I feel that it's a very big challenge today. We talk about international sections, but we don't understand international sections. Like example, I'll say that if I say that I keep Filipino products, I have a Filipino section, a Filipino comes, buys, but he still looks for a Filipino store where he'll go and get the balanced products. I look about Bangladeshis, which is the 5th largest community in UAE today. And the other day I went to the international city and just saw that it was thronging with Bangladeshis. I tried to understand why. And I said that in my store, I have all these products. Why are they coming here? And I found so many nuances. Being a Bengali myself, I could not find products which I need in my store, but they were all available out there. So these community building is, I think, understood by that person who is on the store floor and made a small shop much better than us who have all the data of the world, all the structure of the world, and still now we feel we understand our customers, but just for mercy's sake, that bad data gives you bad output. That's what's happening today. So we do not believe, I don't think we still know what our customers need, but we think we know it. We don't know it. It's all data scattered all across. So you need to get that data into the right place, cull the data properly, understand what your customer needs. And I always tell my staff that when you're on the floor, go to the customer. If that customer is having a basket, check what is it that he's asking for. And if we don't have it, they are supposed to keep a small notepad, write it down, go to the customer care, give it to them. Customer care is supposed to give it to our buyer and tell this product this customer asked for. This is the phone number. And within 24 hours, we are supposed to get that assortment into our store. If we can get it, we are supposed to call up the customer and tell him. That is where I think community building happens. Community is not about the store or the customer. It is about us being a part of the customer's life.
But Devanshu, don't you think that when any customer, it's at 20% of the time they look for convenience, 80% experience, and when you look at each customer's shopping mission might be different, and they might choose a different store experience in the future because the option to fulfill a quick daily, shopping mission, if I have to grab my milk and bread and maybe a detergent as well, might go into one kind of a shopping, while where I want to experience something like wellness, beauty, a perfume shopping, for example. I might actually have a different requirement as well. So don't you think that shopping mission also defines this?
The answer to this is in your question itself. When you go to buy potato, tomato, egg, do you look for experience? You just need it. You pick it up, you go. You don't need experience for that. In grocery retail, the fun about it is 95% is dependent on the store layout. The discovery for the customer, it should be easy, it should be fast, he should go, he should pick up, he should walk out. That is what the customer wants in grocery retail. 5% is about the experience, where near the bakery he goes, he gets a beautiful smell. He feels excited to go towards the bakery. He goes towards the fragrance section, he gets that smell, or he sees someone giving the demonstration, or someone from health and lifestyle is showcasing something about food and saying these are the benefits. That is where that 5% experience is required. The customer journey today is all about convenience, where they want to buy it fast and move on. Yes, experience does matter. Where does it matter? Luxury. Yes, it does matter. And that is where the future will come in. Grocery will always be convenience, and then people, when they need the big basket, like I say, there'll be large format and small formats. So when people need something, they will go into those cohesive places where in the community, in the building, they have a store, they'll go and pick it up. They need to do their regular shopping, they'll go there, pick it up. But when they have their salary and they want to pick up everything for the household, for the month expenses to be brought in, they go to a large format, pick up everything and come back. So convenience does matter, but yes, that experience is when they go to those stores that the experience will matter. When it comes to the smaller stores, it does not really matter because people are just coming in a hurry, they need something fast and go. That's the reason e-com has thrived today. They might be burning, but look at the number of transactions they do. So it's not one or two pieces, like I'm cooking and I forgot to bring my mustard oil. I don't want to go down to bring my mustard oil now. I'll just call in and in 5 minutes it's there. So that's where I feel convenience and the difference of experience is there. Both will coexist, of course. But in more number of times, the shopper is going online and buying. Lesser time, but bigger basket is when he goes to the stores.
So when we talk about store formats now, yeah, will the big box format still be relevant in 2030? Can all these multiple, the options that the customer is looking for, can it coexist in a store where he has his different missions fulfilled? And how would a store format be, look like in the future?
Well, in my opinion, both will coexist. Yes, not the way that they have been for so many years, because like I said earlier, people didn't have much to do. They didn't have e-com, they didn't have much experiences outside. So shopping was one of the ways that they let go. Today, they're looking at time, their stressful lifestyle. So people want convenience, they want faster. So they will go to those building communities, which are the small stores, or probably those 2,000 square meter stores nearby where they'll go and do their regular shopping. Large format, of course, will coexist, but not in the way that they have grown so many years. And we can see that. We are already seeing many formats like Sava coming in now. We have seen Viva coming in. Gala from our brand is there. We are seeing all these also coming in. Why is that happening? Till 10 years back, these were not there. But they're thriving today. The reason for that, and every retailer is looking at it, they're reducing the store format. Real estate prices have gone up. Experience is not easy, and everyone is talking about a smart store. I really don't believe 100% smart store can happen so easily because of the capital expenditure that it contains. But going ahead, of course, large format will remain. That's where people will go for their overall basket to be filled up, larger basket values. And that is where experience, I said in my earlier question, that is where experience will thrive. People will come for the experience. They will look at bigger baskets. They will look at all the experiences, buy and move. But it will not be as frequent as they will be visiting the smaller stores.
Okay, so the way that I'm building my store, okay, if it's a big box, within the big box, we already see a gray store coming up where, from where the online picking happens. We have one part of my large store where there is an experience, there's sampling, there is the brands talking to you, there is an VR or there is an option for me to see how the whole experience virtually would be if I kind of put a particular dress on. So can all this coexist? Because it's getting expensive for us to work on each model of store, and each one has a different metrics of profitability. The new concept of Sava or Viva, or when you talk about the retailers like Choitrums, Spinneys, Waitrose, Grandeur. So we all have different operating models, each one of them with a different metrics in terms of our profitability, the mix of sales and customer target customer. But where is it that can the concepts which the retailer targets the particular customer can be provide a store where different missions of the target customer can coexist? What do you think about that?
So in a way, you're saying that what is it that is going to work today and what is it that will not work? Something of that sort, right? So I personally feel personalization is something which is going to work tremendously well going in the future. I'll give you an example. It will be like you're walking the store, the data will tell you exactly, it can predict how frequently you come to the store. Like I go to the store every Wednesday, and when I go, I pick up my yogurt. So when I'm picking up my yogurt, the smart shelf will talk to me saying, you usually buy 2 yogurts. We have an offer now for use exclusively, 2 plus 1. Now, first of all, you're enticing the customer saying, it is personalized. And then you say, you're buying 2, I'm giving you 1 more. So obviously the excitement is more, he starts picking it up. So that's one way of looking at the data. The data will be able to tell you that, okay, this is a customer who is health conscious. So if you pick up something which is not really healthy food, it will automatically not tell you not to pick it up, but it will say there is a better product with lesser calorie intake which is available. I'll be the first customer to pick that up first, right? So it will tell you like that. So data will talk about those kind of things where technology will take over. Where I feel it gets better is when technology takes place, there will be the associates that we have in the store will start getting converted into advisors. We'll not call them associates anymore. They'll become store advisors. So they will basically become people who do demonstrations. They'll be the people who will be more about talking about the brand, right? And they will be able to tell the customer what is going to help that customer. So they become more like advisors for a customer. It frees up people to feel special. So when that customer comes in, I've seen in Saudi that there are certain retailers where the moment localized will come in, there will be a person who will suddenly go to him and catch hold of the trolley. And the entire journey he goes, and by the time he exits, the trolley is filled. So he knows that this customer is going to buy a lot. So that is another personalization way. So these kind of things will coexist, but what will not, I feel, is like we are talking about manless stores. Now, is that possible? Yes, it's possible. There is a store in Germany I've heard about. Last time I was in Euroshop, I heard that there is a store in Germany in a small town where they have opened up a store where everything is automated. And if you have to enter the store, you have to swipe your card, you enter, you do all your shopping in a smart basket. When you exit, your billing is done. But can that be expanded into grocery retail as much? As of now, I don't think that's possible. And it's heavily capital centric. So I don't think that is possible. VR is another thing that we're talking about. You just mentioned. Yes, it will, but it will happen only for experiences, not for a grocery retail. I don't think that will come in as much. Those kind of things will not work out. But yes, in the long run, yes, if spends come down, it will work out. Luxury retail or experiential retail, those places, these kind of things work. But otherwise, I think these are a little bit overhyped at this point of time.
Do you think that the technology versus touch, when you consider what kind of technology would actually scale or help businesses, or what is here to stay, and what kind of technology is just the past, it will not be there by 2030?
In terms of technology, I think when customers come in, predictive analysis is extremely required for your shopping journey. So before that, the entire stock planning will be something that will work out. So AI will work on demand forecasting very strongly. It will play a big role because today we see a lot of empty shelves, not in terms of as a consumer, but as a retailer, we know it that our stocks are actually not available. Every store will have around 7 to 8% of stock which are not available. So AI will help a lot on demand forecasting. That's one. Not only for a retailer, even for the suppliers, even for the parent company. That's one that I think that will play a very big role. The second is when a customer comes in, smart baskets, where you just keep on putting products and it keeps on billing you. That will help. Checkout counters we are seeing, self-checkouts is really expanding. That will help. Smart shelves is something we are seeing which is helping. As of now, it's expensive, but we have seen Adcock doing that in one of their stores, and it's really worked well for them as of now. I visited it, I saw they were really doing well, but it's still now in a pilot phase, so we don't know how it will in an expansion model work. But yes, that's another thing that I think will work. What will not work, again, I'll come back to the same thing. When we talk about frictionless stores, like you'll have 100% frictionless, like people will come, but there'll be no staff. I don't think that will work for grocery, at least. Probably for garments, lifestyle, yes, because I see customers coming into our stores for lifestyle pickup, go. They don't need help. So that's fine. I think that kind of a store for us will not exist. And there is a lot of hype about AI-based stores where they're saying that everything you come, every time you buy, everything you will be able to experience. Amazon tried doing that. They stopped it. Best Buy started. Now they're also trying to move out of it. And when we talk about these kind of things, I think it's more about the people centricity, the personalization. There'll be hyper personalization. So those, as long as we are respecting the data of the customer, I think like they said in the last session that I would want to give everything to them because they will give me the personalized products. But is that data safe? Is it being utilized properly? That is something which needs to be treated. If that is taken care of, I think that's where it will stay.
So kind of, to summarize what you just said, any technology that's gonna take the pain point away from the retailer or the customer, which brings in efficiency for the retailer, which routine tasks can be converted into, with the help of technology, into smarter way of doing it, is here to stay. Yes. Forecasting tool, like you said, different shelf-edge labels, which could be used for, smart pricing that we discussed
Yes.
some time back. While for a shopper, anything that makes it seamless for their customer journey, let it be online, offline, I think that's the technology that's gonna stay. But when you talk about grocery, as such, we call it as a low loyalty segment many times, right? Because I still get my milk from here or from somewhere else, I will still get the same brand, yeah? So to get in that differentiation, how is personalization and store and a combination of what all we discussed right now going to make a difference to the loyalty, segment for a customer to visit a store of 2030, a store of the future?
The first thing is, of course, availability is one of the biggest things that will help. That's one. But if I go beyond that, I'll say it's more about the understanding your customer, personalizing it. So every time a customer comes to my store, the more he feels that I, as a retailer, understand his needs, his loyalty towards me will come back. Like, it's not about the points, it's not about the pricing. It's more about every time I go there, they know exactly what I want. They are recommending the product. So example, I made this example a couple of days in another place. I said that suppose I'm coming out from office and it's a Tuesday, and I usually order online to the same retailer. So their online app comes on live and says, you're running low on milk. Would you want us to deliver it to you? And I suddenly remember, oh yes, I forgot to pick up my milk last time and I'm out of milk. Okay, the store is on the way back home. I'll pick up the milk from the store. So you drive down to the store. As you enter the store, it says, welcome back. You looked for Maggie, some product last time. We apologize, it was not available. It's there in the shelf. Look forward for you, right? So you go to the Maggie shelf and you pick it up. And then you see just beside it, the Maggie ketchup is kept. I'm just throwing a random example. And it says that buy one Maggie ketchup today and get the Maggie free. I say, oh wow, but that's personalized towards me because I don't need that ketchup. It knows because just two shopping cycles back, I already bought the Maggie ketchup, but they're recommending it again to me. Probably they've got a good offer on it, that's why they're giving the Maggie bundle. I pick that up and then it says that, okay, I go towards another section and a light bits up on the shelf edge. And that I look at it and I see, okay, there's a very good offer on some product, which I usually buy of a different brand, but the same brand, similar brand, does not matter to me about the brand. Like example, tissues. It doesn't matter to me about the brand, but I buy the tissues frequently. But here I'm saying that, okay, I'm buying it and I don't need it, but yes, it's giving me a fantastic offer, it's blipping. I pick that up. When I go to the checkout counter, after the checkout is done, it says, this is the number of loyalty points. Do you want us to redeem it? I say, okay, I'll redeem it. Once I redeem and I'm about to go, another message pops up. Here is your voucher. Thank you so much for shopping. We see you're going for running, or suppose I am going for running. It says that, okay, this is a 20% off for you to buy your stickers the next time you're shopping. You know that customer from every bit, from the time he left his office to the time he's going home. Everything is personalized out there. He feels happy and it's a seamless experience. He doesn't need any help anywhere. All recommendations are automated. And when he's going out also, you're ensuring you're giving him something which will make him come back the next time. That is what
I think that's a seamless way of taking the customer journey across categories, online, offline, multiple channels, and that's gonna be the way forward. Now, on a final note, do you think UAE, the retail experts that sit here, who will be shaping the future of the stores, is a living lab or a hub where we could actually put this store of 2030? How would that shape up?
Obviously. I always say this, I've visited various markets. All markets have different requirements, but this is one market where everything is there. Whether you need, people have the intent to do something big, yes they have. People want to experiment, yes they want to experiment. They don't give a no to it. Imbibing technology, it is a highly mobile-driven technology market. 87% of people are shopping on their mobile. Whether it's about searching, or whether it's about buying, or whether it's about just recommendation, 87% people on mobile in the UAE are using that as a medium today. And if I look at it, I'll say in this way that in the world, if you look at skincare, beauty, people are looking at Korea. If you're looking at technology, people are looking at Shanghai today. But when anything happens in the world, the pilot will all be done in Dubai, because this is a market where you have cross-culture, you have every type of shopper, and you have every type of experience. So every brand, every retailer is going to experiment, everyone will experiment their things out here, and then they'll take it from here into the world. That's what I feel.
I think, thank you, Dimanshu. I think that makes a lot of sense to say that we're at the right place at the right time with the right set of customers, the strength, and such good partnerships around us to make the store 2030 a reality. So with all that put together, if we are able to understand our customers, what kind of experience would they appreciate from each of us as retailers, there is always space for us to thrive. On that note, thank you so much, and wishing you the rest of the evening goes really well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.